going on? Witness the rock is cooking. Boom.
All right. So we've got a whole bunch of people here. All 12 of you. Black Paddock, Black Label Expat, what's up? Benny Blanco, what's up? The Sapper, hello. Zero X Will, hi. Bubba Dubs, Simple Jack. I love Simple Jack, dude. That's great. Loyal New Mexican and Born Yesterday. Oh, were you born yesterday or something? Yes, he was. Crypto Cashew, Karn, Crypto Kings, ahoy, matey. Crypto Kings is one of my OG actual real life friends, but they don't want you to know that. Anyway, guys, I've got a special guest today. He just got back from the moon. What's it like over there?
It's pretty bouncy, man.
Really?
Almost like the Hex Price. It might start bouncing in a bit.
Oh, yeah. Is that what we're gonna? Is that a segue or?
Yeah, it's a stegosaurus. It's a stegosaurus to what we're going to talk about right now.
Okay.
On the Hex Price. I'm sorry, you guys. The price is going to go down. Sorry, it's going to zero. That's it. All right.
Let's pack it up, guys. We had a good run. But
yeah,
you know, Hex. Yeah, it's really just not that great, and we're done. We're packing up shop.
Yeah, I'm going to change my name to dollar cost XRP. And we're just gonna start shit. I couldn't see it with a straight
face. Dollar cost Ripple.
Oh no! Ripple across the universe.
A ripple in time.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah, man. I see Hex going as low as 7.5 cents because that would be an 85% dip. And that's on par for one of the lowest dips I think we've ever had. So yeah. I think dollar cost averaging in that buy zone of anywhere between 12 and 7 can't be that bad. Because when you think about $1 Hex and you think about $5 Hex, whether or not you got it at 12 or 7 cents doesn't really matter that much. You're still gonna be very, very happy. Right. You just gotta think in 2 years from now. But bring it back to right now, right? Like, what do you do right now? How do you handle a bear market?
I didn't even know it was a bear market. I don't even think this is a bear market, really. Like,
dude,
I think.
Come on, really?
Nah.
I can point you so many. Dude. Yeah, they're gonna cancel me. They're gonna.
You know what, bro? You're decaf. You're not decaf. In the phone book on my phone, I'm changing you to crypto decaf.
No, I'm ruined. I'll never financially recover.
Porque no tienes ningún centavito de cafeína en tu cuerpo.
Oh my god, dude, we're in a bear market. I need you to agree with me on that.
No.
I can point to you at like 50 different coins that are down bad. The hot altcoins, Chainlink, fucking shit that people like it's down. It's down heavy. We're all down 60 to 80%. Hex is down 75%. Bitcoin had a little pump on Ukraine news, but hey, guess what? It's back down. So your blue chip altcoins aren't safe either, folks. I think the whole concept of blue chip altcoin or blue chip crypto is like a joke. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's opportunity. I mean, it's sort of like it's. I classify a lot of things as sort of seasons in a way. Like there's certain there is certain seasons for things, but it doesn't mean that it won't come back. But I've mostly been like in terms of where I've been putting a lot of my capital. It's been mostly in the Fantom ecosystem, and I've been doing very well on that ecosystem. Some of my coins actually kind of hit like short-term all-time highs and stuff recently and stuff. So in terms of like the bear market, in terms of
really, because I thought those coins were down 80%, like the solidly.
No. Those are down. So, yeah, those are down. But I've been selling. But I was selling them when they were at their all-time highs, which was like 2-3 days ago. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a difference between farming and there's thing between yield farming versus actually like putting my money there and like letting it wait for a while. I am going to make an investment into Solidly back, but I'm waiting for that token to go down to about $1 basically before I make a major investment into it. But
that's because you like to buy 90% dips, right? Because correct. The game.
Yeah. Dip buyer of the year, man. I mean, like that's what I did. I mean, I bought pretty much all the Hex dips beforehand and stuff like that. as well.
Yeah.
I mean, was it me, you, and Motley when we were on the live stream and stuff? I think Hex had. We had heard that I think we were going to end up doing the PulseChain. I think, the PulseChain announcement or something like PulseChain was we're going to have the sacrifice phase for PulseChain, and then we just ran to buy Hex on stream.
Yeah.
That was such a good investment. That was such a good investment. We were in the green instantly.
Yeah, man.
But
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, these little buy the rumor, sell the news things, they do happen, but then they kick off longer cycles. They kick off longer, like what you would call a season, right? Like PulseChain is going to kick off a new season for Hex because it's going to bring all the attention back to the ecosystem. And hey, what's the premier way to store your value on the ecosystem? I feel like it's Hex. I feel like you can make these side plays on any number of PulseChain new coins, right? And you can get in early on these new coins, but I feel like what everyone's going to eventually flow back into is the store of value. Right? Kind of like, we're doing Bitcoin over again. It really sounds crazy, but we're doing it over again. So if you can experiment on these new altcoins that you get in on the ground floor, great. Never chase the pumps. You know what I mean? A lot of these altcoins that launching on PulseChain, they're not going to last that long. Really.
Buy high, sell low, you guys. Buy high, sell
low.
Buy
high, lose all your money, and get out of crypto forever.
But okay. So okay. I agree. Me and Coffee are agreeing on a lot of things. Obviously, it's just more classification. I think we are going to run up higher, or in terms of like, whoa, you okay, Coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm good. I'm good.
You disappeared.
No.
Oh, so I do. Yeah. So I do believe that we are going to pump up higher. So, but it comes in. It's seasonal, right? Just like what's going on. So, we had a bit of a Fantom run. We had like all-time highs. Or a short-term all-time highs. We had a lot of coins that I was in that 3-4x'd in the last month or two, and that I've been farming for a long time because I believe in that ecosystem as a long-term. Then during that time, I took some of that money and used that money to then put into the newest sack phases for some of these projects. So I took my principal, multiplied it, then took that capital, then reinvested it into the PulseChain ecosystem. And then I did the same thing multiple times when I made money off of Luna. I made money off of all these other protocols and stuff when they were pumping, a little bit on AVAX and stuff like that, and then took that money and put it into I took the Solana money and stuff like that, and then put it into PulseChain, and then took that and put that into pulsex and stuff. So this whole thing of like where I'm able to farm other ecosystems, make a lot of returns, and take those returns, build up a USDC base for myself, and then take some of those gains and then invest it into ecosystems I really do believe in. Right, I do believe in Fantom as a long-term place where I am putting capital in, but like some of those.
Here's the one thing. Here's the one value prop I actually find in Fantom is that if you want to learn about a dual token ecosystem, it's called Boo and XBoo. You might be able to get a glimpse into what PulseX might do. You know what I mean? Because we're really just borrowing the best of the best ideas for PulseChain. We're taking everything that works everywhere else. And hey, you like Fantom right now? That's cool. For the audience, obviously me and DC's strategies are very different, right? He's all over the place. Like I don't have the mental bandwidth to focus on as many things as he does. So what I do is I narrow my bag and I just scream loudly about my bag. Like I just really double down. I make tutorials. I do everything about the very few things that I own, right? But like, this is a guy where, if you want to play this other game, like I think you're one of the ones doing it successfully. Like I know a lot of people that do what you do and they lose a lot of money, but you're one of the very few that like does that successfully. And you can learn, because one of the cool things is I come to you for knowledge, because you're like our inside guy. Like, hey, this is working on Fantom. Wouldn't it be like, what if we did this on Pulse? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like what the Liquid Loans guys did. Hey, look at this Liquidity platform. Works great, never been hacked, really awesome platform, but nobody's marketing it. What if we just take it to PulseChain and we just shill the living shit out of it? And like, it seems like a no-brainer. It seems like a no-brainer. Yeah, no, I mean,
but it's true though. Yeah, it really does work. I mean, like all right, liquidity for liquid loans, right? Like I had talked to Charlie and stuff, and the guy from Crypto Mindset and stuff. I talked to Charlie for a long time about like, holy crap, this project's amazing. I first found it, when was it? December of 2020. Originally, I was like, this thing's amazing. It's like, I've never seen such a cool system and stuff. But then I started noticing gas fees going up like crazy on Ethereum during that time, and I decided not to invest into it just because of that. In terms of, that was one of the main reasons, and it ended up being kind of correct because the Ethereum gas fees essentially killed the market for that token, right? Because and as well as like there was also a lot of background players of like people who were highly invested into Tether, USDC, DAI, and a couple of these other stable coins that invested into liquidity in order to fuck it over. So so I'm very, very, very confident when I say this that there was like fuckery going on why the token was getting dumped in the first place, because it didn't make sense. Why would a whale buy into the token just to make a little bit of return? We're not in it for a 2x. I don't know who's in it for just a 2x, but they're just dumped the token into shit basically, and then which the best marketing you can do for your project is the token price. It's the best marketing.
Here's the thing though, the selling point of crypto is the fact that you can make 100, 1,000, 10,000x, which is and what that's attractive for is retail people like me and you, or maybe me and you a couple of years ago, starting out in crypto. Right. You need to make your first 100x coin, or you need to get your first 1,000x coin, because then you can have the capital to think that a 2x is a good deal.
Right.
But like if you're starting out with $100 and you're chasing a 2x, $200 isn't that, it's not going to change.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's not enough money. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I say put your eggs in a few baskets and then watch those baskets very closely and maybe promote the hell out of those baskets. You know what I mean? Especially if they're good products. But for example, you were just saying earlier, oh, I got a 3 or 4x out of some of these Fantom things. That's because I'm not trying to assume or anything, but I would say your capital allocation is a lot more than the average Joe just getting into crypto.
I'm just putting like $100, bro. That's it. Like, damn, coffee, like just bag shame me. Fuck.
Dude, I'm fucking bag. Like, you should not. Okay. There's never any shame for having money. Okay. Don't let anyone ever shame you for being successful.
All right.
Okay, Miguel.
This is just a regular spacesuit, this is nothing special. I'm just normal. I'm normal Miguel from years ago, man. Just the same.
Normie Miguel.
Normie Miguel.
Fucking normie.
No, but yeah. So I mean, I'm not trying to discourage 2-3. I'm just talking in terms of whale, right? Like because I'm getting closer to that status of getting closer to, like, I'm not calling myself a whale, but I'm getting closer. Like it's not like I can see it a little bit. Like I can see like sometimes I jump into projects at first launch and I could legitimately own 10% of the total supply if I wanted to get into a token that heavy. And there's this whole thing where like there's like levels. There's levels where like there's something called unit bias, which is what I talk about all the time, where it's like, I want to own 1,000 of this token, 10,000 tokens. Like I have 500. Wouldn't it be cool to have 1,000? It's this whole thing. We honey dick ourselves into like, let's get the round squishy number, like the cool number.
You do.
Like, yeah, like fuck 100,000. I want $1 million.
Bro,
$1 million.
There is nothing less cool than owning 0.007 Bitcoin. That sucks. Like that sucks. Like straight up. There's nothing to brag about. I own 10,000 XRP. Okay. Still pretty lame. I got 1 million Hex. Oh my God. You got 1 million Hex? Can you imagine if Hex went to $1? You'd be a millionaire. Right? It's like that's the kind of that's what unit bias is in a nutshell.
No, exactly. But there's like other levels to unit bias where like there's times where like people are this is when you start growing it higher and higher in capital, and you can invest like, once you go from like, let me do a 5% allocation into this project and I'm putting $5,000 in, which is like, that means that you have a $100,000 portfolio, a 5% allocation is $5,000. Where like once you start to get into $1 million, 50,000, 10 million, you're doing, it starts exponentially going up. So it's this whole thing where like, then once you start getting to that point where you can invest $1 million, $500,000, $100,000 into a project, and especially if it's early on, because you're paying attention, right, and you're early and everything like that, you start thinking like, wow, I would love to own 1% of the supply or 10% of a supply, which is very most people can't, like, that's actually, it happens to you. And that's okay. But then there comes a point when, as you're growing larger and larger as a whale, that, or a mini shark or whatever the hell you are, right? All these fucking animals, is that you get to a point where it actually, there's a trap of liquidity where like you own too much when you can't sell, because you would destroy the project and the price. Right. And this is the curse. It's a double-edged sword to be a whale, where like it's almost you own so much, you get the upwards price action. You're holding a ton of the token. You're showing support because you're not selling. You're yield farming, or you're doing whatever the actual like game is of that cryptocurrency. But then
selling becomes self-destructive.
Exactly. So that's why I was saying that this is so the actions of some of these whales on liquidity doesn't make sense unless you're intentionally buying it to destroy it.
I think we've got a lot of dumb whales in Hex. No offense, but like, you know, I've seen people emergency unstake to sell.
Oh my God.
It's like, what whale in their right mind? Like, okay, you know, goodbye, you know, shark number 49. Like, okay, you know, give it back to some squids, and then, you know, they'll be the next millionaires. That's cool. That's cool. But I mean, smart money, like they exit slowly, and you know, they sell the interest and restake the principal, and they tend to only even want to sell the interest at highs, not lows. You know, so it's like the people selling now, I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot. I think to a degree, this is the accumulation phase. And if you guys want whale status, when you realize what orders of magnitude are, and you realize that to go from 10 cents back to 50 cents is already a 5x. So if you're buying at 10 cents, you get a 5x plus whatever we get with the blow off top. You get 5 times multiplied by however high we go after we blow off the new 50-cent high. You know what I mean? So I guess my point was that, yeah, the people, when you're buying at these local lows, you're giving yourself the chance to almost become one of the whales of the next wave up. Like you still can be a relative whale compared to all the people. Think about all the people that shook themselves out. And if you're doing the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing, that's typically when you're paying attention, when everyone else is like chasing the pump, that's typically where some real wealth is made. And you've done that multiple times. I've done that on quite a few times. I mean, big payday. A couple of times that there were really good buying opportunities, and I'd be looking to buy it. I'd be looking to buy personally at 7 cents myself, but I'm afforded the ability to have the patience. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that don't have.
You made a lot of good decisions over time, like legitimately. You know, like doing good decisions over time compounds on itself, where you have the luxury of being able to, you know, DCA in a way as well, or like the price, the volatility of the price action doesn't really affect you as much as some other people and stuff. But that's also because we've been, I mean, you know, you've been in here 7 years, and I think I've been 6 and some change. So it's like, you know, we've been in crypto for quite a long time, where we've seen this, and it's experience as well. And like this is, if all right, let's just say this is a bear market, right? This has probably been one of the better bear markets I've ever been a part of. Ever. It's
mild. It's a mild bear market light.
It's pretty fucking mild. This is why I'm saying, like, this isn't really a bear, because like, if it truly was a bear market, like if we were really in a bear market, we would have actual complete decimation of the L1s right now. We would have Luna, Solana, Fantom. We'd have all these things going to zero. We're not, and right now I'm watching even the side projects in those ecosystems are not going to zero right now.
But here's the difference though. But here's the difference between this bear market and last bear market is that in this bear market, we actually have working technology that people are using. In the last bear market, we didn't have any jack shit that anybody, it was a white paper and a dream. That was what you got.
A white paper and a dream? That's a new mixtape name, bro. I got a white paper and a dream, baby.
Got a white paper and a dream,
baby. But no, you're right. That's just a big distinction. Is like in terms of like all right. So the original 4 years I was in crypto versus the last 2 years of the crypto, it's insane. It's not even. I don't even think it'd be fair to say the technological advances is like 2 years ago, squaring it is not even equal to it. Like 2 years ago, we were tiptoeing like, wow, we're pretty advanced guys in DeFi. You know, we're using something called Uniswap. I don't even think we were using Matcha wasn't even around. We didn't even have I think 1 inch was barely out. We could barely understand how to use it. And we're like, oh yeah, you can do router.
Now we've got routing protocols out the wazoo, and we've got crazy Rube Goldberg machines that have lost people millions of dollars. So we know what doesn't work, and that's half the battle, right? Because it's really just the cream rises to the top. And so the 99% that didn't work had to be sacrificed to realize the 1% that did work. Right. And that's where you come in, sir. Tell us what's going on. That's actually like hot. And you know, what do you like that you'd like to see on PulseChain, or what are you into on Fantom? Talk about some shit we don't know.
In terms of what I wanted to see so okay, first things first, right? There's a certain sort of cyclical cycle that happens when L1s launch. Is you just need, first of all, we need Pulse. So obviously we need PulseChain to actually launch at some point. Like, glory be Allah, Padre, Hijo, Espíritu Santo, amen. Like, hopefully it launches soon. At some point within like 3 months would be pretty nice if we had something. So it's a sort of stage in the beginning, right? We're gonna get this clusterfuck of people jumping in, like, holy crap, I can buy PulseChain now and pulsex or whatever, or like PHEX. Once all that hype dies down, then we'll probably at some point end up there's going to be a sort of a run on probably the NFT market, which is Mintra and stuff. Which is I'm actually with.
You think?
Oh yeah, of course it's going to happen.
But isn't the NFT thing happening right now? And it's kind of like a game of hot potato where it seems to be fizzling off, in my opinion. Do you really think that PulseChain is going to have enough hype to reinvigorate the NFT space?
No. So in terms of like what are some of the most advanced like NFTs and stuff in the game right now, they're on Fantom right now, and there's something called like Magic Cats, Scarios. Basically, it means there's protocols. So let's just say, as an example, I launched DCC coin, right, and I'm a swap. And because I'm a swap on DCC, on the DCC exchange, I decide, hey, you guys, I know you guys take my token and you stake it on my protocol. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release an NFT protocol called, I don't know, Moonboy NFTs, whatever the fuck I call it, right? Or NASA NFTs. And these NASA NFTs have a supply of 5,000, 10,000 or whatever NFTs. And what I do is each NFT you own will allow you to earn bonus yield on my protocol, depending on how many you own. So let's just say maybe one NFT allows you to earn on $10,000 or $100,000. So what ends up happening is people start buying up the NFTs because it allows you to earn more income on your income that's already staked on the protocols. So we're starting to get financialized NFTs that are pretty powerful, but they're just right now coming out. They're just only really being kind of used right now on Fantom, and this eventually will trickle into PulseChain and all that stuff. But successful L1 you need to have a marketplace. So there's something I call like the L1 starter pack, right? It's a joke, like you ever seen like, you've seen those jokes on Twitter and stuff or anywhere, Facebook.
Yeah, I know the meme.
Yeah. So it's like, NBA starter pack, Moonboy starter pack,
Richard Hart starter pack. You get the Hawaiian shirt, the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton belt.
Right. So there's these starter packs. Well, there is something that I've been coining, or I've been talking about, which I call it the L1 starter pack. So what do you need? I need an Ethereum coin. I need a Uniswap. I need a place to yield farm. I need an NFT marketplace. And I need an Aave. Right.
Yeah. So a lending protocol and liquid loans, right?
Right.
You gotta have a stored value app, which nobody else has. Hex.
Monetize time.
What?
So of course all L1s have a little bit of a different spice and stuff, but one thing that you do need is you need a borrowing and lending protocol, which is basically come out as liquid loans. You need an NFT platform, Mintra. You need an Ethereum, PulseChain, pulsex being the place you yield farm, and then you have Hex, which is your store of value, basically. Which is the one difference in terms of a lot of the other tokens don't really have that. I mean, the other L1s don't have that because obviously the main seed fund investors of the whole PulseChain ecosystem are the Hexicans. Eventually, over time, will become a powerful minority in the ecosystem in a way where like there's people that are just jumping because like, oh wow, it's free and cheap and it's cool to use, which is what you want. You want, in order to make PulseChain successful, you have to allow the fuckery. And this is the whole thing why Richard's been warning people about, like, there's going to be fucking rug pulls and scams and bullshit because this happens across all of crypto. It's like you have people launch projects that are just bullshit, basically, which is true. But this is a way. It's sort of this whole thing where like people come for this party, they stay like they come for the bitches and hoes, and they stay for like the knowledge. The gains or whatever, but
they stay for the friendships they made along the way.
Yeah, along the way. But this is what it is because, like, you come to a chain like, wow, I made so much money. Like, it's like, whoa, I made a bunch of money on Solidex, or I made a bunch of money on Spooky Swap. But like, wow, the Fantom ecosystem is really cool. Like, holy crap, I was yield farming on PulseX, and then I found the Hexicans, and now I'm Crypto Coffee follower number 357, and like I'm there forever, bro. But this is what happens. This is like the normal flow of things where you launch this. People are like, oh, people are going to join up on PulseChain for just the L1 hype. of like, oh fuck, I'm getting in early on the PulseChain hype, the PulseChain L1 hype. They don't give a fuck about Hex or any of that stuff. They're like, this is the new L1, this is the new Near protocol, this is the new whatever, this is the new Fantom, this is the new Solana. This
and then just wait until the L1 fad becomes the endpoint fad. You know, eventually people are going to stop caring about the dumb pipes. They're going to start caring about the endpoints. What are the? It's like being obsessed with Comcast. Like, oh my god, did you hear the new Comcast is coming out? Oh my god, like they're gonna
Xfinity, deliver. Bro. I'm telling you, bro, Xfinity.
Oh my, yeah. And pretty soon we'll be talking about Facebook and fucking Snapchat, Instagram, and all that, which is really just, you know, pulsex, Hex, liquid loans, that kind of stuff.
Coffee, you really are in the zone, dude. Because like that is some shit that I've been sort of like hinting at. If that's really what the next bull market's going to be about, is about the.
Well, yeah, because we're laying the rails right now. We're building the digital infrastructure, right? There's a digital. Remember when we were going west, right? We were going on the Oregon Trail. We were building railroads, you know, and people were.
Maybe we shouldn't say the Oregon Trail. Maybe we shouldn't say that game. That's a terrible game to play.
Okay, look. People were dying of dysentery.
We're the Donner Party, okay?
The modern day dying of dysentery is getting hacked for $100 million. That's like, boom, you died on the Oregon Trail. Right. So where do we go from here?
Well, let's talk about this. So I've been sort of hinting at what the next bull market is going to be about. Like the first half of the bull market is going to be like this. So once, all right, let's just say we're in a bear market. Okay, just we'll let Crypto Coffee and everyone else have their fun with the bear market. But let's just say we're in a bear market, right? We're in a bear market. Once we bottom, and then we hit the first part of the next bull market, it's going to be very like this bull market, because you're going to end up having people buying the lows on the L1s. There's going to be a bit of a pump of recovery. There's, just like you hit the $3,000 bounce, $3,000 low on Ethereum or on Bitcoin, and then it pumps up, and then it hits 9,000, and then we're at that point where went $10,000 BTC for a long time, and then like, oh, finally we just hit the all-time high. We finally passed 20,000. So there's a point, right, where like you buy. I'm gonna use I'll use Fantom as an example, okay, just because it's at $2. Let's just say it crashes to like 80 cents, and then you buy it at 80 cents, and then it goes to 250. Holy fuck! And then like, when are we going to pass the all-time high of $3.60? $3.60. When $3.60 and we pass it? Holy fuck! At that point, this is where people don't know, is that they'll keep holding on to the L1s. The L1s will start underperforming. They'll still do really well, but they're not going to do this massive gain in X's, where the X's and gains are going to come out, or for like the apps. What you're saying is the endpoints, because what will happen is we'll convert from being an L. Like right now, it's like this whole thing of like we're having the railroad rush of like laying down all the tracks and stuff. And then if obviously anytime you buy an asset and it doesn't die and it comes back and stuff, you buy that all-time low. There's gains to be made, but then eventually the gains are made on it and stuff. And then from there, you transition over to what's the hot new apps and stuff, which is like what you were talking about with the Facebook
right.
stuff. So it's
that's the seasonality aspect though, because like you like to talk in seasons, right? There will be a Hex season, and hey, maybe PulseX will be trendy for 1 week, and then maybe Hex will be, Hex might take 6 months to reach all-time highs again. I don't know. It might, but you better believe when it does, what does Bitcoin do when it makes double tops? It makes blow off tops, crazy new all-time highs. We're 2 years old, guys. You've got at least another 1,000x. I would say you've got another 1,000x left in the next real Hex pump. That's realistic, or maybe in the hundreds of X's, right? If you go from the low here into the highs of the next Hex pump, you might have a triple-digit multiple of X's, but you're not going to get all those X's unless you're buying it now. Like, unless you're like you want to be a part of that. And I don't have a crystal ball. This is not a guarantee, but it's also not trying to say that you should be chasing pumps on any coin. You just buy every one of your bags and you sit on your ass and you do nothing. You buy all your bags now when people are talking shit, when everyone hates it,
That's you buy. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy.
You click the button, and then you shut up, get a job, and chill. Like you just work, make a business, or you can do it. I would love if more people like did what we do and just start talking, because I'm sure there's smarter people than me and you out there that can be better at presenting and everything. Get out there and do it. Nothing is stopping you from pumping your own bag. Like nothing is stopping you from speaking your bag into existence. Like if I want Hex at $100, I'm going to keep saying Hex is going to $100 until the cows come home. Like until it happens. Like I don't care. I got nothing to lose, everything to gain.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, it's this whole thing. So, in terms of where I see in terms of the next top for Hex, right? Because let's talk. I got the moon suit on, so let's talk a little moon numbers. But at the same time, too, I'm not going to talk fucking craziness as well, you know. So it's $150 Hex or nothing or bust, bros. So, but no. But legitimately, like the worst case scenario for what I personally think is probably going to be like the next like all time high top it would be like $1.12. Maybe $1.20 on Hex. That would be like the like we pumped up. We did a nice multiple on the last all-time high, but realistically, I'm looking at something between $1.12 to about maybe $1.25, $2.25 as being the next top in that range, and that's a pretty big range in terms of it's a whole dollar. But you what ends up happening is as you grow an asset from cents into dollars, you start grow when you have a percentage return, it ends up moving in 10-cent increments, right? So it's like once Hex is $1.10, $1.20 in Hex, when it moves up 10-30%, it's 30 cents. Versus right now, like the entire coin's worth 11 cents. So it's like, well, you know, once you get to $1 and it's like we're comfortable at $1 and it moves up to like, oh wow, Hex is up 20% today. It's up 20 cents. It's up 2x the market cap or value per token that it is today. That's how massive it is when you start getting to these higher multiples. When Hex is one day at like $2-3 and stuff, a couple of years from now, or maybe even a year from now, it's at $2-3. A 10% move, 30 cents.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Hex had a huge move today. It's up 40% today. You know, it's up like that's $1.
Well, people don't realize that there's a finite amount of downfall and there's an infinite amount of upside to any coin, right? And it's really just a matter of survivability. I think community matters a lot. I think token functionality and serving a product market fit. You know, CDs really are multi-trillion-dollar market in the traditional financial system. They're worth more than gold, credit cards, and payment networks combined. And you've got that fact. It's an objective fact. It's an objective fact that it is designed better than Bitcoin. And it's a psychological, social fact that we have more people that aren't giving up on it. So what are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to read that? Yes, we've gone, almost 10,000x pretty much, depending on where you're cherry picking from.
Yeah.
But are we going to retrace all the way down to zero and die forever? Or are we going to do what crypto normally does and go down 85, 95% and then make new all-time highs? It's easier for us to theoretically perceive new all-time highs because that's uncharted territory. Like, I think that our idea of limitations are as humans, right? We have shared fictions and imagined realities that we all share. So we all imagine this reality where Hex is triple digits, and eventually that will come into existence because we're all thinking it. So because we all have this sense of imagination and potential as human beings, it's easier for us to create growth than death, right? I mean, there's a reason that the S&P 500 over 200 years just goes up and to the right. So the bet that Hex won't die seems like a very simple bet for me to make, just based on how human nature is.
Right. I mean, like, I've never seen a project. I mean, the thing is, I know like Hex has launched because like we were talking about. I mean, we would experience these huge price tips in Hex, and we were like, I remember in the beginning, like it was just me, you, coffee. It was me, you, coffee.
you, and the other coffee.
Yeah, there's me, Coffee, Miguel, Dollar Cost Crypto, Litecoin Moses. We got crypto. No, but like no. From back in the day, you know, it was Hexologists, you, me, RG3. That's it. Talking about this sort of thing, about Hex in the beginning and stuff, and it's like it's been like we have like we're one of the few kind of like literally me and you are one of the few guys in terms of like the YouTube space on Hex that's been around this long where we've seen the story play out a ton of times. I cannot tell you how many times.
I remember the first podcast we did was it was on your podcast app, like Anchor or something.
Oh yeah, the Anchor. Yeah, my old podcast. Yeah.
I was just sitting in my chair back home. That was like a couple of days before, the apocalypse started. And we were just talking about, wouldn't it be cool if blah, blah, blah. And then the first dip came and we all were like looking at each other like, hey man, you still believe in this? We're like, yeah. Like, all right, cool. Me too. All right, let's keep going. And it's like that was maybe the shakiest time, right? Because there were really only less than 1,000 people that were serious about it. There were maybe like a couple hundred real holders and stakers,
right? And
maybe like 10 people on social media, like maybe 10.
Like no, like maybe Tops. 10. Like
I 4. Like
yeah, it was just you, Hexologist, and like Discord Syndicate. That's it.
Well,
like,
yeah, but Discord Syndicate came later too. It was me and Hexologist and you.
Yeah,
and then there were a couple of other guys that dropped off or went rogue.
Right. I can't even remember the names. I remember their faces. Like that's how funny. I can't remember their names anymore.
That's a good thing, dude. That's a sign of how terrible they ended up doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, it's like if we can survive those dark times, like having the mass of popularity that we have behind us, like the massive social media movement, notoriety on YouTube, on every search engine. We've got any bad article obliterated off of the search engines for Hex. Yeah. When you Google Hex, you find really good content now.
That's
you
good.
Do. It's so much different. It's so much different. It's an ecosystem where it's like when Richard Hart says we've already won, I think he says that in terms of he has the sense of inevitability just by seeing the progress from A to B. He can project from B to C. If A to B was different, then B to C would look very different. But because A to B happened the way it happened, like the inevitability factor in the OG's minds, it just gives you that much more confidence. Thank you, Jerry. 55.55.
Come on, bro.
Jerry. Salute to you. He's one of my newest mods. Make sure you block those haters, bro.
Jerry's a good dude, man. He's on my channel all the time, dropping those 555s, those Cuatro Cincos, baby. Yeah.
Oh yeah, gotta love that.
But no, yeah. Shout out to Jerry. He's a good dude. Oak Smith.
Jerry. Bam, bam, bam.
But but no, but it's like you were saying. So it's just a wave sort of thing. So let's just talk. You know what? Let's just talk a little bit of like DCA levels, right? Like myself personally, I bought some Hex not recently on the last dip and stuff. I bought pretty heavily at 13 cents. So we're kind of at this point right now. We're at 11 cents. If it goes a little bit lower, I'll pull the trigger maybe at 10 cents for myself. And then the way I always DCA, especially at these lower prices, I do sort of a ladder down of like a 2 cent drop in price when I ladder down. So if it's the way I sort of bought the dip down when like Bitcoin, Ethereum were kind of dropping down. I waited a while for it to really get most of its drop to happen. And around a certain price point, 75, 80% dip, then I start tippy toeing, and then as it gets heavier, I start going harder into the dip, right? So it's like what I told my students is basically the price of Hex could get anywhere from I was saying 9 to 11 cents basically, but 6 cents would be kind of the worst case scenario, like in terms of like where I'd see the price, because I think what you said 7 cents is basically 85% correction, so I'm guessing a penny less would be like 90%.
95,
basically.
yeah. So, I saw a good comparison with Bitcoin, like a good Bitcoin overlay chart. If you look from like 2012 to 2013, it was a really long, drawn out bear market, and that was when it was going from what, like $33 down to $2 maybe, and that almost might be like what we're having now. I hate to say it, but if we're trying to do what Bitcoin did, and we're outpacing Bitcoin, maybe instead of dipping 95%, we dip 85%. Yeah. But just get ready for more downside before, there's more darkness before the light. Potentially, or maybe not, but the fact that we're saying it, I feel like the more that we talk about that, the less likely it is to actually happen, right?
Right.
Let's get everyone ready for it so that it doesn't happen.
Right. So I dreamed it just went as low as 8.4 cents, and then it rocket launched out. I dreamed that, so I don't know. Maybe like legitimately, I dreamed. I was like, look.
You dream about the price?
I dreamed about the price. I shit you not.
Dude, that is
I
wild.
think too much about crypto. I think too much about crypto, man. But
well, you do when you're dreaming about the price. Oh my God.
I dreamed about the price. I'm not thinking about it all the time, but in the dream, I was like, I had like in the dream I was gonna buy at 7 cents or 7 or 9 cents, or I forgot what probably 7 cents. It hit 8 cents, and then it started going up from there. I'm like, God damn it! It started launching on me back up. I'm like, no.
Has anybody else dreamed about the price before? Please leave a comment if you have had a dream about the crypto price. I'd be very happy to know that.
But no, I've actually had quite a lot of dreams about crypto in my life. It's pretty insane. Yeah, and I've had quite a few of them come true. So I don't know. That's pretty woo-woo, but like.
No, I believe there is a power to dreams. I mean, it is woo-woo, and nobody likes that because, follow the science, you know. But like, bro, your dreams are trying to tell you something. They can be foreshadowing sometimes.
Crypto coffee. What if legitimately we hit 8.4 cents and it starts rocketing, bro? I would be like,
told you.
I'm gonna say I called it. All right.
Told you. Yeah.
But no. But yeah, I mean, it's right. Here's what's gonna happen. The market, Hex will bottom out as soon as Richard does a fucking live stream. Wow. But if Richard doesn't,
I mean, you could tell Richard is one live stream away from a pump, dude, because you know the silence means he's cooking something up in the kitchen, dude. He's got a new formula. He's got something for us, and it might be a week from now, it might be 3 weeks from now, but the fact that Richard's gone MIA is bullish, right? Like this is the all darkest before the dawn type of thing.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, like, I wouldn't be shocked he's waiting for the Ives, like the Ives of March, or like the Eves of March, or
the Ides of March,
the Ides of March and stuff like that in terms of like, to launch it. But like, I've been seeing like there's some projects that I know are on other chains that are going to be launching on PulseChain, and they're literally on their main website. They're talking about it's launching in March for some reason. I'm like, I don't know if they know something we don't know, but these projects are saying that they're going to launch stuff in March on PulseChain. I'm like,
the Ides of March were sacred to Jupiter, the Roman supreme deity.
Yeah,
Jupiter's high priests led the Ides sheep in procession along the Via Sacra to the Arcs, where it was sacrificed. So it's a sacrifice. Yeah. So the Ides of March was the occasion of the feast of Anna Perenna, the goddess of the year, Latin for Anus, whose festival originally concluded the ceremonies of the new year. So it's kind of like a new year thing, but it's best known in modern times for the date on which Julius Caesar was assassinated. Yeah.
Ides of March. Mm-hmm.
Beware the Ides of March.
You too, Brutus.
At two, Brute.
At Brute. Yeah.
At two.
Beware the Ides of March. Beware the Ides of March. Yeah.
The Romans did not number each day of the month from the first to the last day. Instead, they counted back from 3 fixed points of the month, the Nonus, the 5th to the 7th, the Ides, the 13th, and the Calends, the 1st of the following month. That is so weird. So also, Roman numerals, like what the hell?
So it's like basically like, let's just say the 5th. It's like right now it's the 4th, so it's like it's 3 days from the 1st, or it's
it's like saying it's a quarter to 5. It's like
so they're doing like a watch. So they took the watch format and then made that as a calendar. What the fuck?
Well, maybe call me crazy. Maybe the watch format came after and borrowed from the Romans. But they're saying they're retroactively they're speaking time relative to a point in the future. They did. That was a huge thing. That was like a huge deal when like everyone was in a town. Like everyone like knowing the time was like a huge innovation.
I love how you said that like you're a fucking vampire and you actually saw it in real life. like let me tell you, bro, you don't understand. Back in the 1580s, bro, that sundial shit was wild, man.
Dude,
I remember when my town in Transylvania, when we first got that, man, I'm telling you what, boy, that shit was wild. Like I was just staring at that shit like I was.
Oh my god, I was like sundial. Yeah, right. Like that'll never work. And then they did it, bro. They did it. You pair that with a bell tower. You got yourself lunchtime, bro.
The whorehouse is closed for a day. We were all just staring at that's how crazy. The whorehouse is closed. The whorehouse is closed for a day to look
Everyone
at
was just like, damn. It's the peak, the pinnacle of innovation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who needs crypto? We got sundials, bro. Latin American crypto. When RH said he was not effing around and we are taking over the crypto space, was that not clear enough? He said we already won. Yeah. So feeling like you already won is usually a good sign that you will win. I mean, it gets so woo-woo with this stuff, right? Like, but really we're basing our projections of the future and our probability of the success of things like Hex off of a feeling and an intuition based on the objective reality that we have right now. The objective reality that we have right now is more and more people developing on top of Hex, building infrastructure, Staker at V2, Hex Investment Trust, the like, more and more streamers gaining tens of thousands of subscribers total. Literally, K4K Crypto came on the scene 6 months ago. He's at 10K subscribers.
Yeah.
All of this stuff is aligned with the fact of where we want to go. And so our ability to predict the future or make it a reality just seems that much more likely when you look at what's happening now and the way we're talking about it. The sentiment's not dying. You know what I mean? Like we're not, even though things seem really bearish, I don't see a lot of people saying Hex is dead forever. Right.
Right.
It makes for a good clickable thumbnail, but everyone that knows kind of knows that this is the time to prepare to pack your bags because we're heading for the moon. Like this is the time. Like I don't see Hex going to 1 penny. Well, if it wicked to 1 penny, it would be for a second.
Damn,
you know, that's what I think.
So all right, you guys, so coffee's gonna wick the price down to a penny, and then I'm gonna set up these limit. Hey, I'm gonna do
shut your mouth.
I'm gonna do a gigabrain Chad move right here. I'm gonna do 1.1 cents for my limit order, and that's where I'm going to purchase. You see, crypto coffee, you know, this is why you buy odd numbers, you guys.
Dude, I physically could not sell the price that low. Like, I don't have the means.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying to the people right now?
I don't. I physically,
coffee,
like,
stop, bro.
I'd have to emergency end stake everything, and then I would just have nothing. I don't have enough to fucking wick the price to zero.
Fucking with you, dude.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to say this for the people that are thinking it. The people that are thinking, like, that we're secretly, you know, the reason for the dip. It's like, dude, I haven't sold a dime since the price dipped. And conveniently DCC is not here. So now what else do we have here? The stupid whales are emergency end staking. Oh, he's back. Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. Yeah. If Hex goes to a penny, Forward Aliens is going to sell his house. Hope you like living in a hotel.
I'll back up that Brinks truck. I definitely will. For sure.
Yeah.
I'll liquidate this Rolex. I'm like, take it. Give me USDC, sir. I've just got underwear on. That's it. No, I just streaming with the shirt off and everything. I sold the shirts, you guys. But yeah.
Let's see. Van life is underrated. You ever think about just
van life? The van life. I don't know. I like a house, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I could see that. It's a different. I'm not there right now in my life in that, but I'm streaming and stuff, and so I kind of do need an HQ basically in an office and stuff like to do all this stuff. So obviously, you've seen you guys. I've painted the walls brown.
Not seeing brown. I'm seeing more of a white.
Is it really? Like it's pretty. Yeah. I've got like 4 or 5 studios. I've got 4 or 5.
You got to fix your white balance or whatever.
Yeah.
I have to fix my forehead.
Whoa, dude! Damn, that was so cool. I started focusing on your center of your what's called the third eye right here, and then you phased out of reality.
This is it. This is like when I die, and I'm just like, meow. Zwing. All right, dude. Hey, talk to the people really quick. I'll be right back.
No, for sure, man. Yo, Brian, what's going on, baby? Man, I saw that comment with your mom, dude. That's fucking hella cool. Your mom's a G. Definitely, man. All right, let's see. Van life allows you to reduce some of the monthly expenses for sure, but you end up paying for it in upfront van costs. So that's true, yeah. But if you got all that stuff down, then yeah, it's just depending on what you want with your life, you know. Like you know, I think I may have heard Richard say this before or a long time ago, where it's some people choose to go in life by reduce. So it's like, I want to become less competitive and like try to achieve less in order to be more happier. Where like, what's wrong with trying to get to a point where you're of abundance, where you're at this, like, I'm winning so hard that my life's awesome. I think that's kind of a cool thing where some people try to, instead of just trying to go to the market to fucking go win and kill it and shit and actually like murder it and stuff, they're like, let me just lower my costs down so much that like I start winning. Like I'm winning at that point, but it's like I've like given up everything else in order to do that. Like miser my way to the top. And you know, I don't know. It's just like, but it's just everyone. It's everyone's life, everyone's choices, right? Like I think remember he may have been talking about monks or something. Like if you become a monk,
monks are the most useless because they add so little to society. Like Richard Hart loves talking shit about monks.
It's kind of true. I respect it. There's a part of it I respect because it takes a lot of like. It is a bit of a sacrifice where you're sacrificing your life to do nothing, and
right,
but it's true.
But you're also, but the Buddhist philosophy is that desire leads to pain and suffering. Like desire is the root cause of all suffering, and so by changing the goalpost and being happy with little, you don't have as much of this desire overflow. If you change what the definition of what it takes for you to be, for your cuppeth to be full, then you no longer have the overwhelming desire, which creates more pain because you're not there. But the fact is that you'll never really be there anyway. So if the whole experience of being on Earth is to experience pain and pleasure and cycles of not being there, setting a goal, and then being there, why not set your goals very lofty and high? I think that's Richard's argument. Is like if you're not going to be happy anyway, you know what I mean? Like if life is struggle, then why not struggle to achieve more impact on the world? But the Buddhists would say, having impact on the world is wasteful because anytime you desire anything, it just leads to pain and suffering. Right. But then it's funny because a lot of women hate Buddhism because it's like, that basically means that their man is just a lazy meditating dude that doesn't provide. You know what I mean? So there are these biological tricks in.
Women are full of shit, dude. Like I'll say it, I am ashamed of a lot of Hexicans in the Hex community. How much they fucking simp out, bro. It is like, man, dude, pathetic. Like I ain't gonna say names. I ain't gonna do. I'm just like, shame on y'all. Shame. If I had a bell right now, I'd be ringing it. Shame. Like on you, on the simp boys. But no, and the same thing too. Like when I say that, people like, there's nothing wrong with having a relationship. There's literally nothing. It's okay to have a relationship and stuff. But like how I see Hexicans, like just like, oh please, like I don't know who Mary is, but like Mary, oh my god, Mary, like my picture. Oh my god, like Mary, let me send you some Hex. Let Mary, like Mary's never gonna marry you. Mary is never gonna marry you. She's never gonna fuck you. She's never gonna do nothing. You are nothing but a fucking you are nothing but a sheep like cattle for them and stuff. Like if you ain't gonna and this is not like PC to say this, but like you like dudes like there's treat everyone nicely. Like legitimately, like treat everyone nice. Like try, like this is crazy to say, like people in your life who you're not trying to fuck. Like if you like if you're let's just say if you took that whole thing of like what I like, let's just say you weren't gonna fuck anybody. Hang out with people that you actually do like to talk to. Like it's like they actually bring value in your life. Like I like to talk to coffee. I ain't gonna fuck coffee. No way, bro. No homo.
Well,
but like, no homo though. But, no homo though. But like, but still no homo. But it's that whole thing where like you hang like there's some people like it's that whole thing where like dudes are like some chick's best friend or something, but then secretly they just want to fuck that chick. That's really what they're being friends. Like one day she's gonna let her guard down, and then she's gonna see like how good of a guy that I am, and then I'm gonna get that coochie. But the master plan for some super people. Like
no, but you know what I do see a lot of on Twitter, dude?
Gonna give it up. One day her defenses will be down. She'll break up with her boyfriend who's been cheating on her and stuff, and that boyfriend who's been fucking like 3 girls and stuff. One day she's gonna let me in, bro, and then she'll see how good of a guy that I am, and then she'll see, that the good boys win, bro. Good guys win.
Dude, I see a lot of new Twitter accounts. 1 month old. They're 1 month old. They're they look eerily similar to OnlyFans models, and then they all of a sudden become Hexicans, right? And then I guarantee you they got their DMs full of simps, straight up simps, dude. Like it's not good, man. If you're giving your money away to somebody you've never met on the internet, like, dude.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving money to somebody if you like
if you like them, if you care about them, you can give a gift. But if you have no relationship with them other than they're an avatar, that might be a guy. That might literally be a man. Like that might be literally scammers love to. I know this for a fact. Every time there's a female that enters my Telegram chat room, I just delete it. I like for some. No, not
I know
just
what you
any,
mean. Yeah.
not just any female, but like they all have the same formula. And lately
Right.
they've been doing this weird thing where they're like, Middle Eastern women with a hijab, but they have a very attractive face.
Right.
And I don't know why, but like these fake accounts, they're clearly fake accounts. They keep coming into my chat room and I keep having to delete them because I'm like, I know there's not this many people that are just like, hey, I'm new here. Can anyone teach me about crypto? Like, come on, guys.
Right.
And so I have to delete them before some other simp in my chat is like falls for it. And it's like, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of that out there. If you're on Telegram, make sure you block people from DMing you if you don't know them.
I learned this lesson a long time ago when I was a kid. When I was like, what was it? I was playing World of Warcraft at 16 years old, and this college chick, she was a part of my. This is so dorky, but like literally, I learned this I learned this lesson the dorkiest way possible. You guys, I was playing World of Warcraft as a 16-year-old in high school, right? Maybe a sophomore or a freshman or whatever, however old I was playing. I was in a guild, and this pretty girl, she was a real chick, a real pretty girl, college girl, right, was in my guild and stuff, and everyone was like, ooh, right, and I was like the same thing too. I was like, yeah, she's pretty, I'll help her out, right? But I knew her boyfriend, right? Her boyfriend was in the guild too and stuff, and she would just flirt with all the guys to get them to give them stuff. And then one day she asked my ass, I've been fucking grinding for 2 weeks to get all these materials this fucking machine thing that I was gonna build in the game, and this bitch had the nerve to like, hey, Miguel, would you give me some materials? I told, go ask her boyfriend. Fuck out of here with that boy. Like, and she was a nice girl, and I liked her too, but that shit pissed me off. Like, because I saw her running this game. Like, this chick managed to hustle enough guys. Like, I grinded my ass for 2 weeks to get this crap. I'm so mad about it. Like, I grinded my ass for 2 weeks to get these materials together, and so I've been legitimately grinded. Like, I was really like not sleeping much to get all these materials and stuff. And this chick beat me to it. She beat me to like getting that item because all the simp boys in the game were just giving her free shit. I was like, you know what, forget that, man. And like, it's at the same time I asked her too. It's like, all right, it's like I thought about it logically as a 16-year-old guy. Can I smash her? No. Is she gonna give me a kiss? No. Can I be her boyfriend? No. She has a boyfriend. Like, if you just go down the list of like why you're talking to her and stuff, not saying, but she was a nice person, so it's like obviously I did have a relationship with her in terms of like she was like we worked together and stuff in the game. But if you just think like people are not going through a mental checklist of like why am I talking to this person? Like it's like right, like coffee, right? I'm talking to coffee because he's gorgeous, So it's like he brings value to my life, like yeah, look at that, yeah, like I can't have hair like that. No, but seriously, but it's and there's this whole thing like it's not like you can't have like females as friends, right? Which is like sort of a lie, but like kind of true. You can, right? You can't have people like you don't have to, but it's this whole thing where like if a lot of people are being real with themselves, the only reason they're talking to some of these people is just because they think they have a chance of getting it in at the end of the day. Hey, which is fine, Hey,
it's just weird that I don't know of any relationship that has ever succeeded off of a Twitter DM. From like, especially if the girls DM you first, like,
right,
probably not going to work out, bro. And I'm by no means a relationship expert. In fact, I'm not. Like, I'm the opposite of that. Like, I fail miserably. But at least I don't simp for fucking girls online.
Hey,
at least I don't go that way.
My problem is like I just stay in relationships too long. That's my problem. That's been my historic problem. Is like I don't have trouble getting into relationships. It's just the problem is like sometimes I've let them go on a little too long. Basically,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, man, on that note, I think we can give relationship advice all day, not financial advice though. I hope you guys learned something today. We're coming up on an hour, guys. Like and subscribe to this guy right here. That guy. See him?
Fusion, ha.
All right. If anybody wants to leave one last tip, that'd be really chill. But if not, that's okay. Like you don't have to. Yeah. Like, it's fine.
If you're gonna shoot your shot, make sure it's in person. That's what you shoot your shot.
Make sure it's at the Hex meetup. Make sure it's at the Vegas
in a meetup or something. Like, all right, like there's nothing wrong with like, hey, there's nothing wrong if you're gonna talk to a girl and stuff. If you be like, yeah, we've been talking on Twitter for a bit and stuff. I think you're cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like the point is like we're trying to get you guys not to be like sending people money because you're getting used, right? Versus like, oh, this person's really nice. I'm not saying relationships haven't happened online, but like this person's really nice, and then you meet them in person, and there's fireworks. Cool. Woo! Latin American crypto.
Latin American crypto. Thank you, sir. That was awesome. Yeah, maybe we said something he needed to hear. But anyway, maybe I should take my own advice sometimes and not be such a simp. Just kidding. I don't do that.
I was like, what? Like now you're one of the top patrons on OnlyFans. You've been dumping the Hex price for OnlyFans.
You will never find me on OnlyFans, dude. I will. No offense. Like, hey, if you like that stuff, that's cool. But like, it's also kind of just gonna like suck your money away. So, hey, but shout out to all the girls that are successful on OnlyFans.
Yeah, for shout out. Sort of respect the hustle, sort of a little bit, but like me, you know, me.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember this, right? Remember this, kids. You guys. If you marry the queen, you become the queen's husband. If you're the king and you marry her, you make her the queen.
Mm.
That means you gotta. That's some. Think about that shit. Think about that stuff. If you're a king and you marry a woman, she becomes a queen. You marry the queen, you become the husband, not the king.
Is that how that works?
That's really how it works. Yeah, like if someone married the fucking Queen of England or some shit, he doesn't become the King of England. He's like the Queen's husband. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Yeah, the king. Damn. If I'm King of England and I marry some fucking whore from the street and shit, some whore, and I marry her and stuff like that, she's not the Queen of fucking England. He's the queen.
God.
But it doesn't work the other way around.
Luckily, I hope that $99 tip made up for the fact that this is going to get demonetized. So
that's right. You cannot find this alpha anywhere, you guys. Yeah. Anywhere.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. Hasn't been real fun, but we'll talk to you later.
Peace.